Alrighty, good morning. We're finally at, what is this, Crystal Quest Road to Red number 2. No, we want to go for the level 3 for this. I do believe this is the, I think it's Mog's intersecting wheels. And it does require a range differ to cancel, like, the blizzard that happens. That's why we're bringing Edgar along. Kurasame, Aerith, you know, just amazing units. And I was thinking about bringing Rex, but doing Rex over and over is, yeah, super fun. So we're just going to go ahead and bring Kurasame. Show these mammoths that this wool, this fur here, is nothing compared to Kurasame's eyes. We're just gonna go ahead and take it easy for the most part in this fight. Like, it's not terribly difficult overall. There's a few points that we do have to look out for. Particularly, they're going to try and inflict a brave freeze on us and give us a taste of that. But Kurasame has his own brave freeze, so we're just gonna apply that right back on. And we do have a penalty called as well, just so we can avoid those debuffs if they do end up coming onto us, because that only happens while their blizzard is up. And we do also have a few calls that give us some buffs, so just to fill up our slots, so to make it harder for us to actually get debuffed along the way. Because they do inflict a few debuffs, like they inflict poison and attack downs. But with Aerith in the team, healing and all that up is not going to be an issue. It's the HP count is 12,000, so not the strictest fight in the world when it comes to HP. Like, I think the Hell House was like 5k or something. Oh, that's right. I still have the red crystal passive for the turn rate down, so that's why that healing wind was an instant turn rate immediately. I have noticed that's like whenever you use healing wind with that turn rate down, the first one usually is an instant turn. So that's kind of funny. And their force gauge, as you can see, doesn't climb up very high at all. So we'll have no issue beating them to the final part. And actually, I'm half of a mind to go into Aerith's burst phase. Actually, I think I will do that. Just because getting her BT effect up would be quite nice. And I don't think we're going to need the burst phase, particularly because we're going to want Edgar to FR Echo and cancel the blizzard when that does happen. So, we're just going to get all our relevant buffs up. We're going to get poison just a little bit, but that's fine. This isn't like the hardest fight in the world or anything. Yeah, and I think Aerith's Seal Evil does fall off even while she's in burst phase, so that's kind of funny. Like, it's one of those buffs that just can't be extended. So even in our burst phase, it goes down. And I think she doesn't have any way to actually refresh her skill uses. So we will have to use changed HP attack command. And overall, it's a pretty old Shinryu for the most part. Nothing super strenuous. I'm not sure if her FR attack actually does anything for charging. Let's test it. We're not going to need that much damage. One change HP attack isn't going to break the bank or anything. But yeah, I think the next crystal passive I want for red is either going to be the extra turn one at the start. Yeah, that actually didn't do anything, Lamau. It's fine. We just wanted her BT effect up while also refreshing all of her buffs. But I think the next passive I want is either going to be the extra turn or the gold frame buff at the start. Because that gold frame buff, just staying there forever, it's actually kind of useful. Because it does give like a HP regen and like a small attack up. So that wouldn't be too bad. So you already have his LD up, and I think I used Drill. What are you weak to? Royal Pressure? Oh god, I don't even know. I think I used Drill, so I think now we go for Auto Crossbow. And if I'm wrong, well, Lamau. I don't think I've used his Bio Blaster yet either, so there's also that. I'm just going to go ahead and Absolute Zero now. Because we're going to use Kurasame as the main force time for this fight. And I think I should have, on Edgar's turn, actually applied Aerith, or not Aerith, Garnet Call, just so I could get the buffs up. Yeah, because they're going to start inflicting some debuffs on us. But as you can see, Aerith's actually loaded up, so we're actually fine in that department. It's the other two I want to get framed buffs on. Because while they have the blizzard up, they're going to try and inflict a brave freeze on us, so that's for like a 3-turn debuff. That makes it so we gain 0 brave. It's super annoying. And we'd just rather not deal with that, so we're not going to. And here we'll just make them weak to water. Or not water, make them weak to magic. And I think that should be all elements imperiled, so that's good. And here we'll just see a healing wind, just so we can up that attack. Or her follow-up, because that is scale based on how much we've healed, up to 200k. And I think it's a brave heal? It could also be HP heal, I don't remember off the top of my head. But that should be maxed out now. And here we just kind of go into Kurasame and kill them for the most part. Or actually, I should get his BT effect up first. Yeah, I should get his BT effect up just so I can ensure that the stacks don't go down. Yeah, we'll be fine. Like, even if they do reach their second threshold for DFR gauge, I think this only applies more debuffs. And you know, that's not a big issue. As long as we avoid the freeze debuff, we'll be more than fine. Like, the only character that has an open slot right now is Kurasame and Edgar. We could use the Edgar FR, but I want to save that for the Blizzard. I just want to upkeep all our buffs. Like Kurasame, I'm gonna have to use his EX fairly soon, just because I think that's what's about to fall off. But yeah, we'll be fine, especially because they can't gain bravery anymore. I think this fight is basically gonna be even with the health multiplier, I don't think it's that much HP these guys have. I think it's like 180 million. So you know, the 1.5 makes it around maybe a little over 250, or maybe a little below that, maybe a little below that. So not like the biggest fight in the world, not the biggest deal. The only hard part, or the only scary part is the freeze debuff, and we'll be able to handle that no problem. I did also bring Fusoya Call on Aerith, but now that I think about it, it's kind of awkward to actually get that on. Oh, her gold debuff is about to fall off too. We do have a Pain LD call just in case too, like that debuff does land on us. Here we just do what Aerith does, double echo. Oh, we could actually go into another BT effect. Does that reset her overhead? I have no idea. I have no idea if that actually resets her overhead or not. Maybe it's a bad idea to test it. Although for science it would be kind of interesting. We'll make our lasers pretty weak though. You know, basically 0. But it will give us that gold frame buff again. And let's save it, I'll use it later, because I think Aerith also does have a pretty damaging BT attack, if I remember correctly. Hers is kind of like Cloud, where there's a bunch of HP attacks too on it. Let's see, and here we want to avoid using VFR echoes. Just AoE it up. Yeah, Edgar's damage, you know, not the greatest, but you kind of bring him for his debuffs and some of his niche utility in the weapon in peril. 84. I want to target B here then with the Ice Pillar. Just because we want them similar. Then we want to upkeep all our relevant buffs. And Kurasame's animations are so sick. Proc to the Shinryu Auras. And I think the Blizzard starts after they drop below 70%. So here we just want to... Oh, this does move you up. Perfect. I think that red crystal passive, the one that's you know, slowing down her turn rate, it's actually super helpful for Aerith not taking, you know, unnecessary turns. She will do that from time to time. It's kind of annoying. And here I think we just go for drill. Okay, they're both at 70. That's perfect. Because now we just do our big ass attack. And that should drop them below and start the Blizzard. And that's perfectly fine because we're just going to cancel it with Edgar FR. Like, and as you can see, these guys are melting fairly quickly. Like, even with the buffed HP pool. Yeah, that follow-up did like 4% or something, so, you know. Kurasame, very good unit. Still super happy I invested in him. A lot of people are kind of like iffy on him, kind of meh on him, but I think he's going to be a unit that's going to serve me like even deeper into the FR Echo era, you know, because we're going to get some pretty strong units coming down the line. And I think he still has a role even with his freeze. A little annoying that that worked out like that just now, but I think what we can do is let's go for... Oh! And this will apply a gold-framed buff on Aerith. And I'm just trying to avoid, or maybe summoning was a better idea. Maybe summoning was a better idea. Yeah, there's quite a bit of damage. I'm just trying to avoid the freeze debuff, which Edgar and Kurasame will dodge because they're already loaded up. You know, this isn't going to do anything because they have zero break. Yeah, Aerith ended up getting frozen. Unfortunate, but she's not coming back for a little bit, so we're fine. And here we're just going to go ahead and cancel this this annoying ass blizzard, because it does like hinder our brave gains as well while it's up, so it's kind of annoying. Like, they really want to sell Mog with this fight just so you could like cleanse debuffs all day. And I'm not sure if they could counterattack and summon. Maybe summoning there was the right idea instead, but yeah, you know, we did what we did. Blizzard died down, and they're going to bring it up one more time once they drop below 30%. So, you know, that is something to consider. I almost did AA Lamau. We could also cleanse ourselves now. I'm gonna wait. Because as long as Edgar doesn't get broken, we should be fine. Or even if he does get broken, his turn will still be upcoming anyway. Yeah, because the blizzard's gonna start, but we're just gonna cancel that with Edgar on his upcoming turn. And, you know, because of Kurasame's BT effect, we're just, you know, we don't need a tank with red, as long as we could keep their bravery under control, which is kind of cool, And here, I think we just go ahead and, we do Chance Maker. This is an instant turn, right? It's not. I think we just go ahead and summon. Yeah, I don't think the Blizzard actually affects the summon damage. Although Aerith does have the freeze debuff on, so she's going to be doing no damage. At 13 million, it's fine. Even if she doesn't do any damage, it's fine because Kurasame will just finish it off. Oh yeah, and we did go into summon, so you know, the blue stack's not exactly the best with it. I was like testing out a few settings earlier too, with trying to see if I could optimize a blue stacks, but I think my PC just doesn't have the proper CPU and GPU to actually support this one. Like, you know, I only have like I forget what it is. I think I have an i3 or something like that. And GPU is not bad, I think, but you know, a little old these days, like a 1060. And you know, Nvidia kind of having a notorious reputation at the moment for their 4000 series. You know, that 4060 looks awful. So it's better we not. Oh god, I pressed the high turn rate button, didn't I? I should have pressed LB. I think Kurasame is just going to finish this off anyway on his turn. So it's like not the end of the world. Yeah, doing nothing there, but that's fine. Like, Kurasame should finish this, right? I believe in you, Kurasame. I believe absolute zero. And that should be it. And I think for sure the next passive I'm going to work towards is the gold frame buff, because I do think that's going to be pretty useful. And there you go, boys. Road to red crystal number 2. I was about to say, I was like, did he not die? Sheesh. We could do 1%, but that's the run for the most part. Well, I'll like actually we should check the crystal room just to see what we're working with right now, because I do also want to upgrade green a little bit too, just so I can get Ace to get that extra turn. I do think that is a fairly important buff for him. But let's check the crystal room real quick. Alrighty, so at the red crystal screen, I I did a I did a force my way the first time around. I went down, and I just skipped A1 and I skipped D2, and I went straight for this D3 passive, and it did cost me quite a bit of this colorless brilliance, or like the rainbow brilliance points that count as anything. And I think now the next target is this one right here, the gold framed attack. Luckily, it's like right here. It's U1, and I think U2 is this is the extra turn, and this is what I'm gonna want for Ace. For green, like I think for one of the greens, I'm just gonna go up here and then try and get this U2 passive. But I think for now with red crystal, I'm perfectly fine with just 700 is enough to actually max out one singular circle, because it's 400 plus 300 in the center. So this week we're going with U1, getting that gold frame buff. So that's the update on the red crystal room. I think we'll probably hold off on it for now, just because there are a few other passives that I want for other colors as well. Just because there's a lot of good shit. But anyways, there you go, boys. Red crystal room number 2.